Welcome to War Bios, the podcast that delves into the lives of history's most fascinating military leaders. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore the extraordinary life of Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar, better known as El Cid, the legendary Spanish warrior and statesman who left an indelible mark on the medieval landscape. Born around 1040 in the village of Vivar, nestled in the heart of the Kingdom of Castile, El Cid's early life was shaped by the tumultuous world of 11th century Spain. The Reconquista, a period of Christian expansion against the Muslim caliphates in the Iberian Peninsula, had created a volatile environment where military prowess and strategic thinking were essential for survival. El Cid's family, members of the minor nobility, instilled in him the values of loyalty, duty, and honor that would define his future actions. As a child, El Cid would have grown up surrounded by the rolling hills, vast plains, and rugged mountains of Castile. His family's estate, likely a modest fortress or villa, would have been a hub of activity, with servants, soldiers, and relatives coming and going. The young Rodrigo would have learned the skills of horsemanship, sword fighting, and hunting from his father, Diego Laez, a veteran warrior who had fought in several battles against the Moors. El Cid's education would have been typical of a noble youth of his time, with a focus on military training, literature, and theology. He would have studied the works of classical authors such as Virgil and Ovid, as well as the writings of Christian theologians like St. Augustine. The influence of the church was strong in Castile, and El Cid's family would have been devout Christians, attending Mass regularly and supporting the local clergy. As El Cid grew into adolescence, he would have been exposed to the intrigue and politics of the royal court. King Ferdinand the Thirsty Eye of Castile, who ruled from 1033 to 1065, was a powerful and ambitious monarch who sought to expand his kingdom through military conquest and strategic alliances. The court would have been a hub of activity, with nobles, bishops, and other dignitaries vying for power and influence. El Cid's early experiences at court would have taught him the intricacies of politics, the importance of building alliances, and the value of loyalty to one's lord. By the time El Cid reached his early 20s, he had already gained a reputation as a skilled warrior and a charismatic leader. His first major event, the Battle of Graus in 1063, marked a turning point in his career as he fought alongside his lord King Sancho II of Castile against the Muslim forces of the Taifa of Zaragoza. Although the battle was a decisive victory for the Christians, it also foreshadowed the complex web of alliances and rivalries that would shape El Cid's future. As we explore the early life of El Cid, we see a young man shaped by his family, education, and environment. The experiences, influences, and relationships that defined his youth laid the groundwork for his later achievements as a military leader, statesman, and legendary figure in Spanish history. El Cid's military career was marked by a series of impressive victories, which earned him recognition and admiration from his contemporaries. One of his most notable achievements was the conquest of Valencia in 1094, a strategic port city that controlled access to the Mediterranean Sea. El Cid's campaign against Valencia was a masterclass in siege warfare, as he employed innovative tactics and clever diplomacy to outmaneuver the city's Moorish defenders. As El Cid besieged Valencia, he faced numerous challenges, including treacherous terrain, scarce resources, and determined enemies. However, his leadership and strategic thinking ultimately prevailed, as he successfully breached the city walls and claimed Valencia for the Christians. This victory not only expanded Christian control in the Iberian Peninsula, but also cemented El Cid's reputation as a brilliant military commander. El Cid's conquest of Valencia was also significant because it demonstrated his ability to adapt to changing circumstances and navigate complex webs of alliances and rivalries. Throughout his campaign, he formed alliances with local Muslim leaders who were dissatisfied with the rule of the Taifa of Zaragoza and exploited these divisions to further his own objectives. This pragmatic approach to politics and warfare allowed El Cid to achieve his goals while minimizing bloodshed and destruction. Another notable aspect of El Cid's campaigns was his emphasis on chivalry and honor. Despite being a warrior in a brutal and unforgiving era, El Cid was known for his adherence to a strict code of conduct, which emphasized loyalty, courage, and mercy. This code, reflected in the epic poem Cantar de mi Cid, has become an integral part of Spanish literary heritage and continues to inspire admiration and respect for El Cid's character. As we explore El Cid's remarkable campaigns, it becomes clear that his motivations were driven by a complex mix of patriotism, ambition, and personal loyalty. He was deeply committed to the cause of Christian expansion in the Iberian Peninsula, but he also sought to advance his own interests and secure his place in history. This nuanced understanding of El Cid's character is essential for appreciating the full richness and complexity of his legacy. In the words of a contemporary chronicler, El Cid was a man of great valor and wisdom, who fought for his faith and his king with unwavering dedication. This assessment captures the essence of El Cid's character, highlighting his bravery, intelligence, and devotion to his principles. As El Cid grew older, he continued to play a significant role in the politics and warfare of medieval Spain. Despite facing numerous challenges, including the threat of Moorish counterattacks and the intrigue of Christian nobles, El Cid remained a dominant figure, respected by his allies and feared by his enemies. In 1099, he led a successful campaign against the city of Murviedro, which further solidified his control over the region. One of the most notable aspects of El Cid's later life was his relationship with his wife, Jimena Diaz. According to historical accounts, their marriage was marked by deep affection and mutual respect, with Jimena often accompanying El Cid on his campaigns and providing counsel in times of crisis. This portrayal of a strong and supportive partnership has become an integral part of the El Cid legend, reflecting the importance of family and loyalty in medieval Spanish culture. El Cid's later years were also marked by a series of struggles against the Almoravid dynasty, a powerful Moorish empire that had begun to expand its territories in the Iberian Peninsula. In 1099, he led a successful defense of Valencia against an Almoravid siege, but the city eventually fell to the Moors after his death. Despite this setback, El Cid's legacy as a champion of Christian expansion and a defender of Spanish culture endured, inspiring generations of warriors, poets, and historians. El Cid died on July 10, 1099, in Valencia, surrounded by his family and loyal followers. His funeral was attended by nobles and clergy from across the region, who came to pay their respects to the legendary warrior. According to tradition, El Cid's body was later exhumed and reburied in the monastery of San Pedro de Cardeña, where it remains to this day. In the centuries following his death, El Cid's legend has evolved through literature, art, and popular culture. The epic poem Cantar de mi Cid has become a cornerstone of Spanish literary heritage, while El Cid's image has been depicted in countless works of art, from medieval illuminated manuscripts to modern films and novels. His legacy continues to inspire admiration and respect, reflecting the enduring power of his character and the significance of his achievements. Through his military campaigns, his adherence to a strict code of conduct, and his unwavering dedication to his faith and his king, El Cid forged a path that would earn him a place among the greatest warriors of all time. His legend serves as a testament to the enduring power of courage, loyalty, and honor, inspiring us to this day with its timeless themes and unforgettable characters. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.